But you know, whether it's right or whether it's wrong, it's a very difficult call for a referee to make because there's a lot of arguments that an arm wrestler can throw at you. You know, there's arguments for floppers pressing. There's arguments for King's move that, you know, it doesn't make it as simple as you know, he was at fault. You know, it's a hard call to make. So what I'm trying to say is that it's inevitable to pull in straps, really. So you need to practice in them. The best way to, you know, become good at pulling the strap is just pulling it all the time. You know, you're going to get real comfortable. The big differences are when the strap is on, you are fully connected. So all these movements that we feel, the person's automatically going to feel them, and you're not, and that is not the case outside of the straps. Let me steal you. Right. So when we're outside of the strap, okay. If I want to hook Dwayne, if I want to pull him out, okay. If I want to get him away from his body, and I'm doing it in a low capacity, I basically need to have a wrist, right? Like if I want to pull him away, I pretty much need to have wrist flexion involved, okay? If this strap is on, it's absolutely not a requirement. He's gonna come back without the wrist, all right? Like if we're tied together, right? So we're tied together, and no matter what, you know, give me a little bit of pressure, right? Here we are. I have no cup involvement, right? Right away. I mean, that's happening, okay? So it increases the value of elbow and shoulder strength, you know? Floppers do much better in the strap, because you do not need to have a wrist to extend a guy. It's a big difference. Same thing with rotation. Normally, when you talk about the rotation of the arm, of the hand, for that to work, the guy needs to be holding on to you outside of the strap. If you're not going to hold on to me, and I spin my hand, nothing's happening. Nothing at all is happening if you're not holding on to me. I'll spin out into nothing. If you're rising up and I decide to spin, nothing's happening. But when you're in the strap, if you twist, right away it's having an effect on the person's wrist. Right away. So that adds value to your rotation piece. Same thing with all the pieces that, you know, supination. Feels it automatically, you know. So what I think is the strap is going to add value to pronation and the strength of your shoulder and connection without the flexation. So really, the big difference is you need massive pronation if you're going to be a great strap puller. Massive pronation. King's move arm wrestling. You guys know the King's move. Okay? People have their opinions about the King's move. I think it's a beautiful part of arm wrestling. Just my opinion. I think, like all moves, it has a counter. But King's move arm wrestling doesn't exist outside of the straps. It's impossible to do the move without a strap. Take away the strap from arm wrestling, Michael Todd will be a non-player. But in no way am I saying that's bad. I think it's great. I think the strap is a great part of arm wrestling, and I'm just a big proponent for practicing. And that's why I also use the 1.5 inch strap, because you cannot get the volume with an inch wide strap. You will hurt yourself. You will get nerve damage. Whether they move to these eventually, I don't know. I'm not selling them or anything like that. It's just what I honestly believe. Yeah, when it comes to the straps, generally, you just want all straps towards you. Very simple. We'll work, if you guys want, I know you've seen the video, but if you want, you know, I'll kind of talk you guys through the cheats, kind of. Yeah, because there's a lot of things that you really have to pay attention to in the strap. Okay, why don't we do it very, very slow? Who wants to come up here and be a test dummy with me? Yeah, perfect. Okay, so right away, come to the table. Okay, considerations for what side do I want to be on. Alright? They need to change these straps, really. That's the real answer, because there is such a big advantage. Anyways, we're not there yet. This is what we're working with. I'm the head referee, okay? No, that's cool. Stay there. I'm the head referee. He's right there, okay? If I'm going to pull straps, okay, I really, really want to be on this side of the table for arm wrestling right hand. I always want my palm to face the head referee, alright? There's a couple of reasons for that, but that's generally the rule. The only reason, in my opinion, that you ever want to be on this side of the table, well, if you look better from that side, maybe that might be one reason. But seriously, a good reason to be on this side is if you think that this guy's some kind of crazy flash pinner that just has a chance of banging you down really, really quick, and you think that this ref can't drop down in time, you know, to see it, and then you're gonna stop. Like, that might be a reason, but it's not a very good reason. 99.9% of the times, I want this side of the table. Okay, that's because there is, you know, a thing that goes on here. Like, whatever's going on has to go through this guy and then to this guy. So there's that delay that you can take advantage of. And the big reason is the buckle is on your opponent's hand. It's not that the buckle is on his hand. It's the way that it gets tightened is the real issue. The way that the strap is tightened pulls your hand up and your opponent's hand down. And that's where the real advantage takes place. When it comes to cheats in the straps, there's only one cheat that he has versus the many that I really have. If you have the buckle, it's not the end of the world. It's just you are disadvantaged. Right. So first off, I want this side of the table. Okay. So we slip out. There's a number of ways to slip out. So generally, I would generally really try to do my thing, to try and stay up top, you know, as much as possible, and make it a legit slip out. Like, actually try and top roll the guy, actually try and do your thing, right? Like, that was a slip on him, right? He slipped out there, did it great, balled up underneath my hand, saved his rotation, right? Saved his rotation, was hard with his rotator, yeah, and just gave up a little bit of his rise, right? Balled up underneath, perfect, right? That's a great way to slip. I've seen guys who can't do that, who just move into a flop. I've seen some guys who just come straight down. Okay? I've seen that, and I've seen it work. Okay, but I suggest that way is probably the best way of all. Yeah, just ball up, stay as high as you can until you can't anymore. Keep your rotator hard. Ball up through your thumb.
Ball your fingers together. Like that.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Got your straps. Okay, so when the strap is going on, okay, who wants to be my referee?
Head referee.
Okay. Alright, so we'll do it very slowly, right? Okay, so he's going to start to put the strap on. Now the first thing that I'm thinking right away is, see here, I'm going to bend my wrist back just slightly. Just slightly. And the reason that I bend my wrist back just a little bit, okay, is the way that the strap runs, okay? I want to make this strap run as low down as possible, okay? And by bending my wrist back just a little bit, it's more likely to fall low. If I have my wrist bent in or whatever, okay, it's more likely to run high, okay? And these are just small angles, okay?
That's why they do that.
Right, okay, and it's more for my side than it is for yours, because your piece doesn't even happen until much later, okay? Right? But anyway, so I'm gonna have it fall back. Anytime you can get your hands on the strap, do it, okay? The referee is going to have different levels of being okay with it. Referees who are really tight at WAF or whatever, it's probably not going to fly, okay? But a lot of tournaments, and even high-level tournaments, you can get away with it, especially if you're a nice, pleasant, polite fellow, you know? You use your manners, say, listen, man, can I just help you here? You want me to just hold this for you? Yeah. Right? And it's much better that you do it before the other guy does it, okay? And listen, like, the referee is the shittiest job in the world, okay? It is a terrible job. You're nobody's friend, and everybody hates you. You know what I mean? You can't make a good call. It's impossible. It's only bad calls. So normally, you know, reffing declines, okay? Normally at the beginning of the tournament, the reffing is tight and precise, and by the time the most important matches roll around, nobody gives a fuck. And it's just like, yeah, whatever, guys. So get your hands on the straps if possible. Okay, worst thing that can happen is maybe you get a warning. Okay, so if you just, whatever, I'm not telling you to cheat. I'm just telling you that these things happen. Okay, this is what the world is. Okay? All right. So in this process, all I'm saying is, if you can get any strap towards you, is good news. Okay, this intersection. Okay, good news. Okay, this intersection. Low. People talk about, oh, I want a high strap. Experimented and experimented. I don't see it.